1990, at a meeting that was convened by Jan Brown from the Alberta Potato Marketing Board, included Ian McGilvery, who had been to some shows in the Dakotas, and they had an association of industry people that worked very closely with the board in that state and did a lot of support work for their conventions, trade shows, and so on. So that was the vision that Ian brought to us, and I've used that word frequently in reminiscing about what we've built. We got it off the ground, and we were incorporated that year. We were officially an association by October of that year, and that's when we started very much involving ourselves with the trade show part of the annual conventions. We had our first meeting after a golf day in Lethbridge at Paradise Canyon, and we got involved in coordinating the golf holes, sponsorships, and that kind of stuff. We do the trade show booths, bookings, and arrangements with the hotels for space and layouts. So that, giving Ian a lot of credit, Ian McGilvery a lot of credit, the vision was brought to us, and there was 8 or 9 or 10 of us in the room and thought that this would be a thing to do. So there was a committee struck, and then we started the process, the legal process of getting incorporated as an association, and were formed in October of 1990.
I was in the building industry, and when Ian come up and said, you know, we should do something to get the potato growers involved or the industry involved, to get us together and work as a group, you know, as Bill said, to try and socialize and also get to know the customer on a better level. So that's what we did when we first initially started. We had this vision, at least I thought we had the vision of, you know, working with the potato growers and getting the industry people together. I think it went far beyond what our initial thought was when we went to the burgers, beans, and beer scenario in the summertime, helping with the sponsorship of the hole-in-one with the golf tournament, and then taking the trade show from about 7-8 booths initially to where it is today. Very big show. And the one thing we had with the association, when you walked through that door, you were there, you know, you weren't a competitor with the guy sitting next door to you. We were an association and we worked together.
The original concept of the association was also to be individuals that are involved. From square one, we said, this is not a business that's joining and becoming a membership or becoming a member of the association. These are individual people that have some involvement in the potato industry in Alberta. And we still stress that. It's the person that is the member, that is the worker, that is the helper that gets things done.
Hello everyone. Congratulations as you celebrate such a landmark event. I am certain that the story shared will bring more than a few chuckles, but also the focus will certainly turn to all of the stakeholders who continue to work hard. Best wishes for a growing and positive future and another great 25 years.
Back in 1990, I started a business, potato equipment. We were the Double L and the Logan dealers at that time. I was a young guy with not so gray hair and a much slimmer figure, but it was all a new learning experience for me. I had been in the agricultural industry before. I enjoyed working with the farmers. I knew a lot of the growers of that time. Well, in my recollection, even though it was many years ago, I believe it was Ian that came out to myself, and he thought it would be a great idea if some of the industry got together, took off our industry hats, and tried to build something that would support the potato growers. We took over doing the trade show component of their yearly conference, the grower conference, and then we started with the barbecue and beans before the golf tournament, and which turned out to be very successful for ourselves, giving back to the industry. It's hard to say no to Ian. You know, I had known Ian for a few years before that, and Ian's heart is, when he says he's going to do something, he really puts his whole heart into it. And out of respect, I think everybody that he talked to couldn't say no to him. He had a vision. We agreed to, I believe, charter an organization and call it the Alberta Potato Industry Association. I thought at that time it was basically an open slate. We could progress to do things to help the growers, whether that be research, whether it be help organize events when they were busy. That was basically the premise that I believed at the time. I would just like to thank the current APIA for inviting me to function in November. I'd also like to congratulate the potato growers and the Potato Industry Association for 25 years.
An industry is not just the growers, it's all the businesses that are involved with the potato growing, whether it be processors, packers, agronomists, retailers, crop protection companies, pesticide applicators, builders, financial institutions, workers that work on the farms. That's what makes an industry. And my vision was that we come together and build an industry together, and the one that would grow and be profitable for everyone. Originally, I had seen that Red River Potato Growers had an industry associates group, and I often wondered whether that concept would work in Alberta, and thought it probably would. I brought it forward to the board of directors, and we thought it was a good idea. We instructed Jan Brown, our manager, as a board, we requested that she meet with some of the key people that were involved with the trade show and had an active role in the annual meeting to come up to Calgary and meet, and we put the concept of the industry association to them, and as a result they were receptive to it. At that first meeting, actually none of the board was there. We instructed Jan to carry forth our wishes and hopes that such an organization could be formed, and so she had met with a small group. I know Bill Hacker was instrumental in it. I believe Chuck Cora, and from there that was the birth of the Industry Association. I'd really like to congratulate and salute the Alberta Potato Industry Association. They've really ran with the ball. I think the growers of Alberta are really been blessed to have an organization like this that supports their endeavors. And thank you and congratulations.
The relationship between the PGA and the APIA is very unique. The original intent of the APIA when it was formed was a group of individuals that wanted to put something back into the potato industry. It had nothing to do with businesses, it had nothing to do with selling anything, it was just about building relationships through a social atmosphere. And I think over the years that's continued to not only grow but to blossom. When we do our functions together, it's not one group working with another, it's one great big family working together. And the individuals that are involved in this do a tremendous job. Everybody is there to enjoy the camaraderie with the growers, and there is no sales pitch. And in this day and age, I think that's very unique, that they're continuing to work together. Another thing that I think is interesting over the last 25 years is how how these two organizations, how these two groups of people have grown to almost become one. The things that we do together is APIA and the PGA as one body. And I think that's really important in today's day and age, to continue to nurture the relationships between people and their families and the people involved in the industry. On behalf of the potato growers of Alberta and our team and all of the members and their families, I would like to say congratulations to the APIA on a successful 25 years of being a part of this relationship, and we look forward to another 25 years of working together.